Fort Riley, in Kansas, is widely known as one of the most haunted military installations in the U.S.
Leave a like or a comment, it really helps this channel grow. Thank you.
Established in 1853, the fort was active during the Civil War. In July 1855, there was a cholera outbreak, and by end of August, the fort was almost wiped out. In 1918, there was a flu epidemic in America that took over 600,000 lives. Fort Riley was also caught up in the pandemic, and many died and were buried in Post Cemetery. For a few months, the fort was used as a Confederate prison camp during the war, and as a training ground for new recruits during the First World War. It was also used as the territorial capital before Kansas became a state in the United States. Colonel George Custer and the 7th Cavalry stayed here for a short time on their way west. The hauntings here are backed up by official records, eyewitness accounts, and historical records. General Lewis Armistead was stationed at Fort Riley in 1855 when the cholera epidemic hit. General Lewis and his men were away from the fort when the sickness began. By the time they returned, the general's wife had succumbed to the cholera. His ghost has been seen at the Post Cemetery, kneeling by his wife's grave, weeping. The general fought at Gettysburg in 1863, and eventually died from wounds he received. The house where Custer stayed is said to be plagued by weird sounds and a teddy bear that moves itself around the cabin, never in the same place for long. Stable number 1 seems to have a ghostly rider and horse come galloping through. Many years after the ghost appeared, the skeletal remains of a man and horse were found, while repair work was being done on the old stable road. A ghostly woman wrapped in chains has been seen on the parade grounds, looking lost. A woman named Susan Fox, who was engaged, died during the cholera outbreak, and her fiancé buried her in her wedding dress. Another woman drowned herself in a well on the property. There is no record of why. Phantom riders have been seen crossing the parade grounds at night. The apparitions and disturbances became so bad, the post commander had an exorcism done, which did not help, but as years passed, the noisy ghosts have settled down a bit. The fort offers ghost tours, if you want to see some of these specters up close and personal. You may also experience disembodied voices, battle sounds, screams, and floating orbs.
Thanks for watching.